going on, Jerome's? So last offseason, Daniil Hunter went to the Texans, is basically his hometown team, and the Vikings de facto traded Daniil to Houston, and Jonathan Greenard came on up from the Texans, and the pride of Florida got after things. Jonathan Greenard, frankly, was fantastic last season. He was a major part of Heat, getting things done, and had 12 sacks last year, was third in the league in pressures, and just completely was clutch for the Vikings and the Florida's defense coming off the edge, and he was just dynamic. And, of course, the Vikings go 3 deep at edge with Andrew Van Ginkel as well as Diamond Dallas Turner. Everything's good to go. But money-wise, the edge rusher market definitely kicked up a notch or two. Where you had Daniil Hunter. I mean, Daniil got paid, rightfully so. But the fact that the Vikings got Greenard $19 million per year and Van Ginkel $10 million per year last offseason for less than what Daniil Hunter cost the Texans, it's pretty fine. But, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt leapfrogging each other. And now Watt is making $41 million per year, Garrett $40 million per year, and Greenard currently sits at number 14 at $19 million per year, even behind Andrew Van Ginkel, who got his contract freshened up as well. Now, on one hand, it's a lot of money. On the other hand, he's massively underpaid relative to the market, especially given his season last year. And, of course, right after Watt got paid, Jonathan Greenard tweeted out, "They're going to hate when the work matched the numbers, vice versa." Respect emoji or salute emoji. Where it wouldn't be the offseason if there wasn't just a little bit of crypticness. But also the fact that Greenard, he's got a point. He has absolutely got a point. He's massively underpaid. Just turned 28 in May. He's in the thick THICC of his prime. And Greenard's contract, I mean, it was a decent contract when it was signed last offseason. 4 years, $76 million, $19 million per year, had $38 million guaranteed. But here's the sticking point in every NFL contract. The contract runs out of guaranteed money after this season. It was a 4-year contract, but with window dressing, it's basically a 2-year deal. So I think it would be very smart and proactive for the Vikings to rework Greenard's contract. Make sure that he's taken care of through the prime of his career. The Vikings keep him here, and I think it would be smart. And there is precedent because the Vikings did upgrade Andrew Van Ginkel's contract with a 1-year, $23 million extension after his phenomenal year in 2024. Now, yes, the difference is that Van Ginkel's initial contract coming from the Dolphins was a 2-year deal. Greenard is a 4-year deal. But as we said, I mean, the back end of this was just garbage anyways, right? And this does kind of remind me of the early part of the Daniil Hunter contract, where for 3 off seasons in a row, there were contract issues, right? And it started with Spielman, and then Kwesi inherited it, and every single year they had to rework the deal, increase guarantees and all that stuff. And I think if the Vikings want to nip this thing in the bud and be proactive about it, I would upgrade Greenard's contract. Absolutely. Like, lock down your prime, especially these next couple years where you have J.J. McCarthy on his rookie deal. You can afford to do this. Now, here's what bothers me. Like, if you take the names off of this, production-wise, I mean, they're in the same class, where you have Greenard, who was third in the league in pressures last year with 80. Myles Garrett had 90, whatever. But also sack-wise, 12 for Greenard, 14 for Garrett, 11.5 for Watt. But remember, it was Garrett and Watt perennially on the first-team All-Pro in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. But on its face, I don't see. I don't see. I'm John Cena here. Like, I don't see much of a difference here, especially since I think Greenard is better against the run, as well as he doesn't drop into coverage much, but he's obviously an asset there as well. But the fact that you're getting Greenard for half the price of Myles Garrett as well as TJ Watt, no. Now the Vikings do have a little bit of leverage here because of 3 years remaining on the deal, but I think the Vikings have set a good precedent. Like, they take care of their own. If you perform in-house, they'll take care of their guys, right? So they've done it with AVG. I think they'll do it with Greenard here. They can freshen up this contract, maybe bring the average to $30 million per year. I don't think they go all the way to 40 because of the leverage here, but especially if and when Greenard backs it up again this year. I mean, Greenard should have been second-team All-Pro last year, minimum with AVG. But also, I think that this is something that could be done in season. Like, if Garrett gets off to a torrid start again, Greenard gets off to a torrid start again, I think that you should take care of him before next offseason, because otherwise the price of the brick is going to be going up and up and up. And he would have a point. in terms of being massively underpaid, no guaranteed money left, and then him turning 29, just hitting the apex of his prime. Like he should be. He should be making a move for a new contract. So I think the Vikings can cut this thing off at the pass. I think Kwesi has been very smart about this. Just take care of your guys. And you have the cap space to do it. You have the flexibility to do it with McCarthy's contract, and just go from there. All right. But your thoughts are thoughts. Jonathan Greenard, Vikings should upgrade that contract just a little bit. Just a little bit. Take care of your guys. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull, production value.